Hello, welcome back to the channel, and this is the 9th episode of my Minecraft world. And today is a pretty exciting episode because we are not building on the beach today. We're actually going somewhere else, so I'll just fly over there real quick. And here we are. Doesn't look too special right now, but for me it's very, very cool because it's a nice change of pace. Finally not having to build on sand. So you might be wondering what exactly this build is going to be. So this build is going to be very similar to how in some countries they have to build steps into mountains to harvest those crops because the mountains are too steep. We're going to be getting every single crop in the game. Obviously some crops we can't really put on the mountain, like the aquatic ones. On the mountains we'll just have steps going up and the crops will get slightly more niche, like it'll start with wheat and then maybe at the top it'll be like chorus fruit. But up here on top of the mountain, since this is where the path is going up to, we're gonna build a little farmer's house up here just to complement the whole thing, because what's the use of a bunch of farms if there's no farmer house? And I'm hoping to have more like a huge free range back here for sniffers, because they actually give 2 crops. So I'm hoping to like incorporate them a little bit into the build since they do help us. Yeah, I just came all the way here, but now I gotta go all the way back to check what crops we already have. Alright, so looking in these chests, seems I already have some wheat, sugarcane, netherwort, a singular sweet berry, mushrooms, carrots, glowberries, and cactus. Here's one. Okay, so we're starting this with a grand total of 9 crops. Actually, ten crops. So we only gotta get 8 more. Another easy crop is just come here, my wall of bamboo that I have for some reason. Get some of this. Flying over to the village because hopefully there's some beetroot. Yep, there's some beetroot. Also, hoping that there's a pumpkin patch nearby. Yep. And over here in the jungle should get us 2 quick crops. I already see one. Cocoa beans. Not sure how I'm gonna do those just yet. And here is our other one. And here in the nether I can get all of the mushrooms. Here are the normal red ones, only ones that I needed. And the only plant from the end is chorus fruit. Alright, that is all of the easy crops done. Now I just gotta get the sniffer, which I had to go into a warm ocean and then brush some stuff, but I have no rockets, so I'm gonna have to kill some creepers first. Okay, so I've made it to a warm ocean. Now I just gotta find a structure. Okay, I think this is one. Now I just gotta find the suspicious sand. Can I put fortune on this junk or something? Wait. Yo. I thought that was supposed to be a little bit harder. I thought it was like a rare thing. I guess I am gonna need another one. The second egg did take a lot longer to get, but I still got it eventually. No way. Oh, he just took the egg. Alright. Yep, that's our 2 eggs. Now I gotta find my way home. Alright, so I'm back on the mountain and I'm just gonna place a little enclosure for now. I think I'm gonna give him a bigger one in the future. Just gonna put these guys right here. And I'm gonna just let them stay there. So, should give us our last 2 crops. So, I guess I just gotta wait. Okay, the sniffers have hatched. They're not grown up yet, but that is gonna take a minute. So I am gonna just start mapping out the path up the mountain. Alright, so that is the rough plan for the path. As you can see, it's kind of like windy, but it still follows like a pattern, like sort of like an S a little bit, like a really messed up one. But now I want to go over where we're putting the crops. So really quickly, in MS Paint, I cooked up this little quick drawing. So the pumpkins and melons are just going to be in this big range area over here, not really in a farm. So the first step will be the potatoes, and then carrots and wheat, so all of the basic ones. This is sweet berries, this is beetroots, bamboo and chloris. I wanted to tie the taller ones in together. Sugarcane, cactus, netherwort, and then we got the plants from the sniffer. And then here, all the cave ones will go. Yeah, I think we can probably start laying down farmland in the world just to see how it's would look. But I guess we're just gonna go to a time lapse. Okay, so I am about halfway done planning this, and I'm getting kind of bored of doing time lapses. So I'm gonna turn around really quick, and then the planning is gonna be done. All right, I'm done planning. It took a little bit, and I can't really tell if you can tell what is a platform and not when they're on the side of the mountain. It'll be easier to tell whenever I actually add the walls, which is the next thing that we're gonna do. I have to get a bunch of the resources though. Shouldn't take too long because they're not that hard to get. I think I'm gonna go get some of the resources that we need, and then we could start this build. Really quickly before I start the time lapse, this is around the time where I got the 19th and 20th crop. I just forgot to record it, so I'm just putting it here. Alright, we are done with the mountaintop. Took almost all day. We're not completely done actually. Now we gotta plant some crops. You know, I put on a new skin for this. Honestly gonna take a while because I'm low on most crops. So, I mean, I'll just start planting some of them, and then I'll just plant more and more throughout the video. Then at the end of the video, I'll make sure that all the plants are planted. Now, we gotta connect this pathway over here to the cave where we're gonna have like a little terraformed section to show the glowberries off. It's obviously gonna be mossy in there, just a little bit. And then we're gonna put the mushrooms in there, just to show off those crops, because I'm not sure where else I would put those. So I have decided that the path will not be going into this cave, because I think this cave is pretty cool, and also I do not want to cover it up because it's going to take forever if I do that. I'm just going to direct the path from here, turn it, and then make a small, tiny little cave right here. It really doesn't have to be that big of a cave, so I'm going to just build that real quick. I finished this little area. It's nothing much really. It's not big at all. I didn't want to do too much for just these crops because I don't even know how they're classified as crops. They just said this on the wiki. That's pretty much it. And also, I planted my melon and pumpkin patches right over here. I like them. I think they serve their purpose. And we just gotta wait for these stems to grow up. But if you've paid attention, we still have 2 crops left. So my idea was, for the nether, I'm gonna put a portal over here on this island. I'm gonna make like a small little bridge, and then, you know, obviously the 2 nether crops will be right there at the portal. I'm not sure what my portal design is gonna be. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in like a house or something. I'm not sure yet. Let's go to another time lapse. Alright, the build is almost done. Probably noticed. None of the crops are here yet because I need to go to the nether and get the grasses. I'm not sure if you need to plant the grasses with it. I do want to put the grasses in here. But I got the portal linked up and I'm just going to go plant these crops really quickly. Alright, I planted all of the crops. I did kind of like lines of the crops right here. Then you can look at the window, see the mushrooms. I put a little bit of grass there because I thought it would be a little bit more boring without it. But now what we got to do is got to make a path from here to here and do a bridge. And I think I'm gonna just keep the regular trees here because I'm not sure how it would look if it's like custom trees up here and then just regular trees back here. I don't know if that would look the best, but I'm definitely gonna have to take away some of these. But I do want the mountain to be covered when you come through here. Gives you a wide open view right here. I like that, so I'm gonna try to keep that, but we'll see. So I'm gonna make this bridge really quickly and connect these 2 areas. This bridge really gives a good view of our build that we've done so far. I'm liking the bridge overall. I think that maybe I could change it, like change up some of these textures because I want it to show a little bit more depth. But for right now, I'm happy with the bridge. So now, since we've done the nether portal, bridge, and all the mountain, the underground place, there's only a few things left that I want to do. First thing I want to do is I obviously want to make the farmhouse. It's not going to be that big, but we need a farmhouse. And then I want to give the sniffers a little bit of a bigger, or a lot bigger space to be in, because I still need a lot more plants because they need more areas to dig up these things. So I don't have like any of them right now. Then I also want to do just a few automated farms, mostly for these 2. I'll get back to you when I decide which one I want to do. And eventually I decided to work on the farmhouse. Alright, we are done with the farmhouse. I'm liking it. I think, you know, I don't think I'm going to change anything about this. If I do, it'll be this roof, but I'm honestly fine with it. I like the porch, something I really wanted to do because I'd never see a farmhouse without a porch. I like the tower. It gives it a little bit more like old-timey thing. Has storage in here. Have your basic common things. Oh, I forgot the painting. I'll put the painting in here later. It's supposed to be like a little mud room, and this is going to be where the sniffers are going to be held. It's just going to be like a big fenced off area, and I gotta go put down this path to connect this area to the rest of the place, so I'll do that real quick. now that I had the snippers relocated, I just decided to move on to the next build. So here we are. You're finally at the last section of this video and of the build. So in this chunk, we are going to dig underground and then build a pumpkin and melon farm. If you watch my series, you know I'm not too big on farms, but this will help later when we're trying to get emeralds. And I will be concealing the entrance with like a small tiny little build. I don't think it'll be like a building or anything. I think it'll just be like cargo or some equipment on the ground, just covering up like a trap door to let you go down. And then we'll have to carve out the whole chunk pretty much. Well, I might bring my beacon, honestly. That would make it a lot easier. I guess I gotta start carving this out, and I'm gotta look up a guide because I'm not making it. I'm all by myself, and I gotta get all the materials for 2 of them. We got 2 of these, so I'll just go do that right now. Alright, I'm done with the farm. I didn't hide it with that much stuff. We have already started getting stuff. Not too much so far. Now the last thing we gotta do is we gotta just wait for these to fill up. And I went out and I found 4 more eggs. So I just gotta wait. It takes a long time for these guys to grow up. And then I just gotta wait for them to dig up more stuff. Alright, after about 12 days, me just waiting, I was able to plant all of these, and I was even able to get some extra, just a little bit though, because torch fires were taking me a while. We do have one main thing to do, one of my favorite things to do after every episode is almost done, which is the map. Alright, here are all the maps. This is the entire area. I mean, this might be one of my favorite builds that I've done in this world. It is the most complete as well, because all my other ones are on the beach, so I never really got to finish fully build, since you know, that area is just very big, so it's hard to do something completely over there. Yeah, but I think that's gonna be about it for this episode. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.